You can call me stupid. Yes, you can call me sheep. You can say
Welcome to Papa Rides with your host Papa Foxtrot. If you like this video, make sure you share it, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D.
We're going to Randolph Community College in Archdale to support Jess in her MSF class. It is a little bit rainy, but we're hoping we won't get too wet.
Dance around the rain, or did you get stuck in it?
We got rain on a little bit.
We did what we were doing when we left this morning. Glad to do it anyway.
Sometimes you gotta be where you gotta be.
something it's hard to explain. Remember that song we used to sing in the rain? My God, the ice cream we used to consume. Somehow we lost it all when we left that room. Maybe we should have seen that we were both betrayed. What if we could set fire to those vows we made and let them burn up? You and I could make it work now. If you and I just let them burn up. You and I could make it work now. And you and I could return back to that room last summer. I still have that old worn out sofa for two. Every movie now reminds me of you. Maybe we should have seen that we were both betrayed. What if we could set fire to those vows we made and let them burn up? You and I could make it work now. If you and I just let them burn up. You and I could make it work now. And you and I could return back to that room last summer. No rules, no commitments, no jealousy. No plans for the future, just you and me. You and me. Let them burn up. Last summer. If you and I just let them burn up. And you and I could return back to that room last summer.
Next semester I'll be doing better. I told my mom I'll get that big pointy letter. Is there a point to it at all? Guess I'll never get a good explanation for my misinfo inflated miseducation. We a nation full of luring hills. They paint our textbook in a whitewashed, distorted lens, like all it takes is some white out to get us to write down that her fountain father's hands wasn't covered in red. But mama, don't you worry, I swear to God I've been learning how to kill 1 million people and celebrate it with turkey. How abstinence is godly and contraception unworthy. How there were good people on both sides of the Auschwitz perfect. Yeah, no children left behind, right? Let's all get our minds right. Sit down, shut up, and get ready to spend. Pledge allegiance to the Dow Jones. Keep pronouns on the down low. Let the red, white, and blue lead you right to an A.
I wanna ask, is our children learning? I wanna ask, is our children learning? Montreal is nice this fall, so tell me fast, who is our children learning? public school, baby. I told my mama that I'm workforce certified. Wasn't easy, but it got me right for labor. That's what I tell them when they ask me for my papers. I learned my reading, writing, arithmetic. Learned that freedom isn't free. I felt at home 'cause all them boys in them books, they all look just like me. I wanna ask, is our children learning? I wanna ask, is our children learning? Montreal is nice this fall, so tell me fast, who is our children learning?
You can call me stupid. Listen, you can call me sheep. You can say I'm lazy. You can say I'm weak. You think that using her would get to me. And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D. But when it comes to her, you better keep it sealed. Don't you dare say a single word, or I will strike you where it feels. You think that using her would get to me. And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D.
Mrs. Foxtrot and I have arrived home safely. Jess is here with us, and I'd like to hear a little bit about your MSF class.
It was a pretty good class. I got to ride 2 different bikes in the class. Not because you're supposed to get to ride 2 different bikes, but because the first bike I was on, you know, they're beater bikes, they've been dropped, they've been put through the ringer per se, and the first bike I was on was one of the older bikes of the class, and it had some shifting issues, so the second day I got put on a more sports style bike, and that took some adjusting, getting used to. Definitely was pretty nervous throughout the entire second day, which kind of led into some faulty riding that would have been better if I wasn't as nervous. But I definitely see where my strong points are as a rider so far and where my weak points are. As far as strong points go, I'm good at stopping, pretty good at maneuvering when it comes to just slight turns or swerves, but as far as like sharp turns, turning my head, keeping my chin up, those types of things, U-turns definitely I need to work on and progress more on those.
So you didn't tell us, did you pass the class?
I did pass the class, and that's the important part.
It is. Do you feel like you're ready to get out and tackle some more parking lots?
Tackle more parking lots? I think I could ride to the high school.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
We will discuss that with Mrs. later. I am hoping she is ready to ride to parking lots and maybe even up to the long straight road where we got to do some practice.
Yeah, that doesn't, the class like definitely puts you in a spot where you need good control of the motorcycle and to know where your motorcycle is, because they're on motorcycle lanes. It's not on a big road type lane a lot of the time. So I definitely feel a lot more confident now in my abilities, but I definitely know where my weak points are.
What was your favorite part of the class?
Favorite part of the class? I really liked interacting with the instructors. They were really cool. But also I really liked when we just finally got to ride, put it into second, and go around the perimeter and go around the peanut. Just because, you know, you're finally feeling like you were moving on the motorcycle. You weren't sitting there and going into the friction zone, really like having to really put a lot of focus into where you were putting the bike.
What was the part of the class that you liked the least?
The U-turns, the box. That was something I was already nervous about going in, and then with me being on the new bike the second day, and the very first thing we started doing was U-turns on a brand new bike that I had no real good semblance of like the throttle and like the control of the friction zone and stuff on. That threw me for a loop, and it kind of made my anxiety go really high when it came to just the box itself. And I think, you know, down the road, I probably will have like no problem with it. It is literally just like the pressure that I put on myself is probably way more than the pressure I should have.
So Jess, if you were about to prep somebody else to take this class, what advice would you give them before they start the class?
Things that were really important throughout the class is being able to look where you go, keeping your head up, even though like I find it's difficult in the class to keep your head up as a new rider because you're focused on those cones and the lines so much of where exactly they want you to put the bike. But the key thing is to remember that you can see all those things even when your chin is up, because they're still in your peripheral vision. Like I can see his bike right here right now. That's something like I kind of wish I worked on a bit more, because I didn't notice like how much like when you're nervous about something, how much those things like then become an object of focus. And then to really play with the clutch and the throttle, and to try to, one thing that I wasn't used to was completely having the throttle out and completely having the clutch out and just being on the throttle and the rear brake to control my speed instead of using that friction zone was kind of what I normally have played with. But in some of the exercises, I needed to have no clutch at all because I would grab the clutch and then lose power and not have enough power to actually get through the exercise.
That makes a lot of sense. The bigger the bike, the bigger the engine, the more clutching time you're going to use. And those smaller bikes, you can use the throttle.
Yeah, it was pretty much like they just wanted me to use the throttle and the brake and the U-turns, and that was something that was throwing me off a bit. Where I was, some of them when I was able to use the friction zone more, I would be a little bit more comfortable because that's where I'm used to playing.
All right, what else would you like to say to your viewers and your fans that you're starting to develop?
Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for watching me through this journey. I still have a ways to go, but it's been exciting to know that people are out there and that I'm encouraging other people to learn how to ride. It's definitely a little bit nerve-wracking having like everything on video and out to the world of me learning, even though, you know, the rough days and the good days, but every rider has rough days when they're starting to learn. And you know, I'll get there eventually.
So thank you very much, Jess. Your time has been so precious in allowing me to videotape this. And remember, please hit that subscribe button and
Like the video, share it, you know, send it to your mom. That's what I do.
hi, Jess's mom.
Calm down. I was able to calm down completely. Are you done cleaning? No one can see what's in the back of my head.
The spiders make you nervous.
Thank you. Never mind. Is it out of my hair?
I'm assuming so.